Toes together. Stand tall, raise the arms towards the sky. Bend the knees, fold over the legs slowly. Allow the head to hang. Halfway lift. Then step back into your high plank. Gather the elbows in, nice strong arms. Lowering down into your chaturanga push-up. Move the body forward, nice broad chest coming into upward facing dog. Curl the toes and press the hips back into your downward facing dog. You can make some slight adjustments. Bend the knees, heel toe, stepping the feet out if you like. Raise the right leg up towards the sky and bend at the knee and press into that imaginary wall onto the left. Releasing it back into downward dog and raising the left leg up. Bend at the knee and press into that imaginary wall onto the right. Then lower the foot and come back into downward dog. Come back into your high plank. Lowering down into your chaturanga push-up and coming into your Urdhva Mukha Svanasana and Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Stepping forward to the front of the mat, inhale, lengthen through the spine, and exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, coming up, raising the arms out, saluting its sun. Bringing the hands together in prayer and all the way down to the heart center. Stepping the left foot back to the back of the mat and unfolding the arms into your warrior two pose. Making sure the knee is tracking to the second toe, arms are out shoulder height and gaze is at the right middle finger. Moving into reverse warrior, sweeping the right hand up and over top of the head. And windmilling the hands back down towards the foot and stepping back into your downward facing dog. Keep breathing long and deep. Raising the left leg up, stepping it forward between the hands. Turning the back foot on a 45-degree angle, coming up into warrior one pose and unfolding into your warrior two. Arms about shoulder height, gaze over left middle finger. Turn the left palm over, slide the right down the leg and sweep the left hand up and over the head for your reverse warrior. Keep breathing those long, deep inhalations and exhalations in. And windmill both hands down to the outside of the foot and step it back into your downward facing dog. Long, deep inhalations and exhalations. Relax the shoulders. Stepping both feet forward towards the front of the mat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, crown of the head forward. Exhale, all breath out as you fold over the legs. Bend the knees, raise the arms up towards the sky, reaching. Bring the hands together in prayer and down to the heart center. Exhale, hands down alongside the body, and then stepping the left foot back towards the back of the mat. And we're moving into our Trikonasana triangle pose. Place the hands onto the hips, side tilt the pelvis, raising the arms out. And tipping slowly, just like a teapot, over the leg, allowing the hand to rest just below the knee on the shin or deeper, depending on your opening. And raising the other hand up towards the sky. Nice strong arms. Releasing out of the pose. Bringing the hands onto the hips and stepping the left foot over towards the left side of the mat. Sweep the hands forward and wrap them around the back, holding onto your wrists, your forearms, or reverse Namaste, reverse prayer. Exhale, fold torso in line with the earth. Relax and breathe. Nice strong foundation into the earth. You can fold a little deeper if your body has that opening, but always remember, be kind to the spine. Slowly rising up, raising the hands out shoulder height, and taking the left hand and placing it on the outside of the right foot or ankle. And raising the right arm. Unfolding out of the pose and stepping forward, hands together in prayer. And this time moving with the hands onto the hips, stepping the right foot back towards the back of the mat, raising the left arm out. We're moving into triangle on the other side, side tilting the pelvis as you tip over the leg, allowing the left hand to fall below the knee or the shin or deeper, raising the right arm up towards the sky. Breathe, relax into the pose. Slowly coming up, hands onto the hips and stepping the right foot over towards the right side of the mat. Fold torso in line with the earth, sweeping the hands out in front of you, folding them around the back, holding onto your wrists, your forearms, or reverse Namaste. And exhale, fold and breathe over the leg. Keep your inhalations and exhalations nice and smooth. Release the hands out shoulder height, and we're twisting. We're taking our right hand to the outside of the left ankle or foot, turning from the belly, broadening through the chest, and raising the left hand up towards the sky. If you fall out of the pose, just relax and breathe and move back into it. Slowly rise up out of the pose, placing the hands onto the hips and stepping the left foot to meet the right, and hands together in prayer. Exhale, hands alongside the body, raising your arms up towards the sky. And exhale, fold over the legs, allowing the head to fall, fingertips on the shin of the earth. Inhale, rising up into your... and then lowering down into your chaturanga push-up, gathering those elbows in towards the rib cage, coming forward into your Urdhva Mukha Svanasana, upward dog, pressing the hips up nice and high, pelvis high, and move into your downward facing dog. Look forward between the hands and then relax the head. Breathe deeply. Drop the knees towards the earth, and let's come into a seated position, placing the feet out in front of you for Paschimottanasana, a seated forward fold. You can raise the knees up slightly, spread the hands nice and wide, and place them behind you. Press into the earth with the fingertips, remembering to move the pelvis, allowing those sit bones to go towards the back of the mat. Don't round the spine or round the pelvis. Holding onto the feet, shins, wherever you're comfortable. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine, and then exhale, folding deeply over the legs. Some of us are going to be up nice and high. Others are going to be closer to the legs. We're all different and we'll have openings that are different in our body. There's no judgment in yoga. Fold as deep as the body allows without compromising the spine. Coming up slowly, leaving the left leg where it is and drawing the right foot to the inside of the left leg. Slightly move the left leg out, and we're sweeping that right hand across to the outside of the ankle or foot. And we're folding left rib cage, left leg in one line for Janu Shirshasana. Breathe, relax over the leg. This is head to knee pose as well. If you have the opening, you can fold forward and the head touches the knee. But most of us are going to be up high, nice and high. Remember, you can always support that bent knee with a block under it as well. Let's take the left elbow and place it on the inside of the left leg. Side tilt the pelvis over the left leg. We're doing Pavarita Janushirshasana. As we sweep that right hand up and over the head, really reach with the fingertips. Reaching, feeling the length in that right side waist. Unfolding out of the pose and changing sides. Now the right leg is out straight, the left leg is on the inside of the right leg. We're sweeping with the left hand to the outside of the right ankle or foot. Inhaling, lengthening through the spine, and then we're exhaling, folding over the leg. You can bring the hands to wrap them around both feet of the foot if you like. You don't have to, you can always leave the hand extended behind you. Remember to relax the neck. And coming up slowly. Going into our Pavarita Janushirshasana and bringing that right elbow to the inside of the leg and sweeping the left arm up and over top of the head towards the right toes. Moving into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Flap the wings of the butterflies by bringing the knee, raising the knees up and allowing them to fold down. Holding on to the feet, placing the elbows to the insides of the legs. Pressing those sit bones back towards the back of the mat as you fold forward as much as the body allows. Challenging yourself but being kind to your body. Relax and breathe into the inner groins. Release, let go. Unfolding the hands, crossing at the ankles, and raising the right arm up towards the sky and bend at the elbow. Place the left hand on the elbow and slowly walk the fingertips down the back. Try to relax the neck. If you'd like to sweep the other hand around and try to clasp onto both hands, you don't have to. Relax and breathe. Nice long spine, long neck. Release the arms, place the hands onto the knees, and raising the left hand up this time, bend at the elbow, right hand on the left elbow. Slowly walk those fingertips down the back, reaching the other hand around and clasping on to both hands if you can reach. Otherwise, just use your shirt pulling in one direction or the other, or if you have a strap in front of you, use the strap. Remember to sit nice and tall, crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Trying not to compromise the neck in any way. You're relaxed into the pose. Slowly release the hands back to the knees. Place the hands and knees onto the earth into all fours. Or lowering the whole body down onto the mat for crocodile pose. Stacking the left forearm, right forearm on top of each other. Spreading the legs as wide or wider than the mat and allowing the head to relax onto the arms. While you're here, take some long, deep inhalations through the nose, feeling the belly expand underneath you, and then exhale all breath out, feeling the release in the lower back. Then come up, placing the hands to either side of the chest. Raise the feet up behind you, and we're going into bow pose. If you're not comfortable with this pose, you can always go into locust pose, reaching the arms out and the feet up like you're flying. But if you're in bow pose, we're inhaling, coming up, pressing the feet back and up, shoulders nice and broad, relaxing and breathing. Always trying to keep a smile on the face. Slowly release the legs, Release the arms and move back into your crocodile pose, legs wider than the mat. Stack the forearms and lower the forehead. Taking those long, deep inhalations in through the nose, expanding the belly. And in your own time, release all breath out. Coming up, and we're moving back into our second bow pose. Or you can stay right where you are if that's where the body's feeling like being. Inhale, coming up, pressing back with the feet, gathering those knees in. You can rock around a little bit on the belly if you want. We don't want our legs or our knees out really wide. We want to gather them in. Now release the feet and press back into child's pose. Toes touching, knees as wide as the mat, hands out in front of you. Lower the forehead. Pressing those sit bones back towards the heels. The hands are reaching out in front of you. Nice long spine, feel the length. Then coming up slowly, we're doing a vinyasa flow, so we're always moving in this pose. We're moving into camel pose. So our knees are underneath our hips. Our hands are spread, and we're placing our hands on the lower back, the sacrum area. Making sure those feet are in one line also, slightly tipping the pubic bone. Press the hips forward. Move as deep as the body allows into the pose, either on the backs of the legs or the feet, but always remembering you're keeping those hips forward. Coming up slowly, tucking the chin to the chest, and then moving back into your child's pose. Toes touching, knees can be as wide as the mat, or you can have the knees together. Relax and breathe. Feel how the extension, the flexion and extension in the spine as we're moving the spine in one direction and then the other. We're moving now into our pigeon pose, so stepping the right foot forward and slowly walking it over towards the left side of the mat and lower the shin. If that's uncomfortable in any way on the knees, please lie down onto your back and rest in supine pigeon. Look back at the back of the left leg and make sure it's not off to the left or the right. Come up, raise the arms out shoulder height, and just make sure that you are balanced in the pose and you're comfortable. Keeping the hips nice and square, place the hands onto the earth and slowly walk the hands forward, just like you're sinking into a hot bath, and allow the body to rest over the legs. Remember, you can always adjust that foot. If you feel like it's too intense, you can always drag the foot closer to the hip. Relax and breathe. We're not collapsing to one side or the other. We're keeping the hips nice and square. We're releasing the hips in this pose, remembering your heart is the light of this world. Don't cover it up with your mind. And today is a new day. Forget about any past troubles or worries you're holding in the body. Release and let go. Coming up slowly, placing the hands onto the earth and then stepping back into all fours and changing sides. So this time stepping the left foot forward between the hands and slowly walking it over towards the right side and allowing the shin to come forward onto the mat, foot on an angle or on the side of the foot. Look around at the back leg, make sure that it's not off to the left or the right and the toes are pressing into the mat. Come up and see if you're balanced with reaching the hands out shoulder height, and then slowly, with keeping the hips forward, slowly walk the hands forward. Allow the body to rest over the legs and release into the pose. Try not to fall over to the right or the left. You're keeping the hips nice and square. Say these words to yourself. May I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy May I be well. Keep breathing, relaxing deeper into the pose. A few more breaths, and then slowly move the body up. Drag the foot back to meet the other, and press back into downward facing dog. Remembering the hands are spread nice and wide, the shoulder width distance apart, the feet are hip width distance apart. The shoulders are relaxed, the head is relaxed. Long, deep inhalations and exhalations. Bringing the knees back down to the earth. And then lying down onto your back. And we're moving into a pose called bridge pose. So allow the whole body and head to rest onto the mat. Press the hips up, pelvis up nice and high, gather the knees in. Clasp the hands underneath the body, pinky fingers into the mat. Relax and breathe. If you'd like to raise the right leg up towards the sky, you can. And remember to press that right heel into the sky and the left heel into the earth. Releasing the right foot down and then raising the left foot up, pressing the left heel into the sky and the right foot back into the mat. Exhale, breath out, releasing both feet down, and then release the hands and roll down one vertebrae at a time all the way until the whole spine is onto the mat, bringing the knees into your chest. And roll around clockwise, anti-clockwise, giving the lumbar area a nice little massage. And moving back into your second bridge pose, releasing the hips up nice and high towards the sky. Clasping the knees towards each other, not touching. Feel like you have a ball between the knees. Clasping the hands underneath you and rest there. Or if you'd like to go into a more advanced pose and you're familiar with this pose, placing the hands underneath the shoulders, crown of the head towards the mat, and press up into full wheel. You can come up onto the toes as well. So the chest is moving in one direction and the hips and legs are moving in the other. We're all going to look different in these poses. We're all at different levels. Then slowly tuck the chin to the chest and release the whole body down to the mat. And we're going to swing our legs up towards the sky for happy baby pose. So our hands are holding onto the sides of the feet. We're pressing with the fingers into the feet and our knees are tracking towards the armpits. Our whole spine is relaxed along the mat. And we're breathing nice and deep. Releasing the feet back down towards the mat. Always remember, if you would like to rest in this pose, just place the right hand on the heart, the left hand on the belly, and release the legs out straight. Otherwise, we're going to move back into bridge pose, placing the hips up nice and high, gathering the hands underneath the body. Shoulder blades into the mat. Stay there, or if you want to move into full wheel pose, placing the hands underneath the shoulders, gathering the elbows in, crown of the head to the mat, and then press up with light, nice, strong arms, coming up onto the toes if you feel like being on the toes. Relax and breathe long and deep. Always honor your body. If you feel like you're not feeling it today, then rest. Bringing the legs back up, holding on for happy baby pose to the sides of the feet. Pressing with those fingertips into the feet. Feel the whole spine lengthen as you do so. Relax and breathe. Releasing the legs down and raising the legs up nice and high. And bringing the knees into the chest and allowing the legs to fall over towards the left. Placing the left hand on the legs to soften them to the earth, reaching the right arm out towards the right and up a little bit if that's okay with the shoulder. And just slowly look over the right shoulder. So a nice gentle supine twist, squeezing those organs together, helping our digestion. Relax and breathe. And then slowly move the knees back to the midline and allow them to fall over towards the right. Placing the right hand on the knees and raising the left arm out towards the left and up a little bit and looking over towards the left. Keep breathing, relaxing. We're coming into some of the final poses today. Nice short practice. Unfolding out of the pose, bringing the knees to the midline and raising the legs up towards the sky, soles of the feet towards the skies, and bring the hands to the insides of the legs or the shins or the feet, depending on your opening of the body. And we're in a supine wide leg pose, breathing into the inner groins. Remembering to press that tailbone down into the earth. If the buttocks is raised too high up, then release the legs and hold on, not so deep into the pose. We're moving into supine eagle. So we're bringing the left leg up and we're crossing the right leg over the left and trying to wrap those right toes around the back of the left calf muscle. Placing the right arm underneath the left in eagle arms. If that's too intense, you can just rest onto the mat. And then sweeping the hands behind you. Unfold the arms, unfold the legs, pressing the right foot and wrapping it around the left calf muscle or the other way, left around right. And wrapping left arm underneath the right and sweeping the hands behind you. Unfold the arms, unfold the legs, squeeze the knees into the chest. Allow the arms to float out, shoulder height, the legs and feet flop to the earth. And we're now resting into our final pose today, Shavasana, corpse pose. Close down the eyes. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth and relax the jaw. The feet are flopped open towards the sides. The breath returns to normal. The belly rises and falls naturally with every inhalation and exhalation. If you have an eye pillow, place the eye pillow over the eyes. Feel the whole body heavy into the earth. The feet, the legs, the back, the chest, the arms, the hands, the head, the face. This is your time to enjoy everything you've just achieved in the practice. The whole body feels a little heavier and sinking deeper into the earth. Relax and breathe. If you have an eye pillow, slightly remove the eye pillow and roll over onto the right side of your body. And just stay there in the fetal position for a few moments. Don't rush up. And place the left hand onto the earth and press yourself up into a seated position, crossing the legs any way you choose. Place the hands onto the knees, nice long spine, or place your hands at your heart center. We'll finish the practice today with a breathing exercise called 3-level breath. We'll take 3 small sips of air to the lower belly and hold for 3, 3 small sips of air to the lower ribs and hold for 3, and 3 small sips of air to the upper chest, heart, lungs. Hold all for a count of 8 and breathe all breath out. So relax the breath. Take a long, deep inhalation in through the nose. Exhale all breath out. Take 3 small sips of air to the lower belly, hold. 3 small sips of air to the upper ribs, hold. 3 small sips of air to the upper chest, heart, lungs. Hold all for a count of 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe all breath out. Relax the breath. Check in with your intention that you made at the beginning of the practice today and scan how your body feels. Raising the hands to the third eye between the brow and bowing. Acknowledging the soul in one to the soul in the other. Namaste. Have a beautiful day.